Before going on with this video, remember that there is a quiz on Learning Suite based on this tutorial. Welcome to class. Here are a few things to note. Most of the assignments you receive during the semester have detailed instructions included. Please read through each one before starting, and once you've read through them thoroughly, if you have any questions, feel free to email Brother Goodman's TA at brothergoodmansta@gmail.com. It would be helpful if you could include your section number in the subject line. So this is a Learning Suite. We're going to go through what each of the tabs, the important tabs, look like. The syllabus tab here has a lot of information. We invite you to read through all of it. Most of the questions you have this semester will probably be answered here. Next, we'll jump over to the Content tab. This has your best friend, the study guide, and a few other things of information. Next, we're going to go to the Schedule tab. This has the week, and it has the topic for the week, and it has the required readings for the week, and it has some assignments. Now, before going into what assignments look like, I want to note that there are really only, besides tutorial videos, there's really only 3 types of assignments. There's Learning Suite quizzes associated with class, there's Google Forms, and there are uploadable assignments. So, Learning Suite quizzes, let's go to the Exams tab, that's where you'll find them all. When you click on one, it will take you to something that looks like this. Now, to note about the Learning Suite quizzes, they are closed book, closed note, and closed friend. And they are timed, but you have 20 minutes to complete each one. Daytime classes complete 1 quiz per class. Evening classes are going to do 2 quizzes per class. And every quiz always has one and only one class insight. As much as Brother Goodman would like to accommodate everyone's "oops, I forgot a quiz" moments, with the possible exceptions from 400 or so students and 2 quizzes every week, just do the math. We simply can't follow all of the exceptions and reopen quizzes unless it's an extreme circumstance. But thankfully, Brother Goodman has made it possible to make up those points on a few missed quizzes another way. Now, onto the actual questions in the quizzes. I'm not going to go through all of the quizzes and tell you all of the answers, but we will say that every quiz will have a question like this one about our reading, and like this one about the attendance. We fully trust you to be honest, but remember that your integrity is worth more than a couple points from lying in a religion class. So now there will be a question down here at the end about your class insight. Remember, you can only submit an insight if you've attended class. Don't submit insights if you missed class, because we'll talk about what those insights really are. It's not about the reading, it's about class discussion. The last kind of question on the quizzes, it will either be 1 or 2 questions from the study guide. Now, the nice thing is, the reason I said the study guide is your best friend is because every one of these kind of questions will come word for word from the study guide. And that's not that great of a friend, but then when you hear that 60% of the midterm and 60% of the final all come word for word from that same study guide, then it becomes a lot more valuable. Then you see why it's your best friend. So, remember, you can't use the study guide on these quizzes, but you can study the questions and the answers before opening the quiz and be fully prepared. Now, the last part of the quiz, like we said, it's actually the first part. The last question is about your insight. So if we click the insight link, we will go to somewhere like this. You put in your first name, your last name, your net ID. Note that this is not the 9-digit student number. It's not the number that shows up on your student ID card. This is your net ID, the one that you use to log into Learning Suite. And then you put in your email address, you choose a section number, we'll say 7. And then here is where you will paste your insight. Now, the reason I say paste your insight is because we recommend that you type these up in a Word document beforehand so you don't run out of time. Remember that there are 20 minutes for each quiz, and if you spend all of your time typing in your insight, it would be unfortunate to have the quiz time out on you. Now, the insights themselves. Brother Goodman hates, absolutely hates busy work for you and for him. So these insights should be based on class discussions and things that you learned or felt and how they impact or what they mean to you. They shouldn't just be regurgitating what was said. He knows what you said and he knows what he said. He wants to know how this topic will impact you and what it really means in your personal life. So put a little bit of thought and heart into the insights instead of just creating busy work, which nobody likes. Once you finish, you will actually hit submit and then close the tab because your quiz is still open in Learning Suite. So don't be afraid to close that tab. Your quiz is still here in Learning Suite. Once you're all done and you've selected answers for every question, then you'll hit a little submit button at the bottom and you'll be done. So that talks about the Learning Suite quizzes and the Google Forms. The last thing that we have to do is go over to the uploadable assignments. So when it comes to uploadable assignments, you will click the actual assignment and it will bring up something like this. You'll click the download and it will bring up a document. And when you open the document, I'm going to bring it up over here because I already have it downloaded. It will show you the document itself, and what you'll want to do before doing anything else is go to Save As. You can choose where you want to save it, and it has a generic last name, first name, and the project. You'll want to replace the last name with your last name, and you'll want to replace the first name with your first name, and then you'll hit save. So that's how you would do that, and then complete the actual assignment. Again, these would be those detailed instructions we talked about. And then when you're ready to submit, you'll click View and Submit and submit the assignments here, and then you can hit Mark Complete if you want, and that's it. Congratulations, you are now a pro with all of the class assignments in Brother Goodman's class. And don't forget that there is a quiz in Learning Suite.